Hey guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have week 5 of the NFL review for the Chicago Bears. Now, of course, the big news is Justin Fields balled out of his fucking mind for the second week in a row. He did slow down in the second half, but he has proven to be a very reliable player these last 2 weeks. But the biggest thing that I want to take away from this game is the fact that DJ Moore is a fucking beast, and he is well deserved of what we paid for to go get him, as well as the fact that it can't be forgotten that Justin Fields also went up against two of the worst scoring defenses in the NFL. I don't know where the Commanders were ranking before the game, but afterwards they are ranked 31st now, and Denver is ranked 32nd. So those little tidbits of information do need to be remembered. You know, these aren't two of the top defenses. These aren't two very great run teams. You know, both these teams were not really being looked at as contenders this year. You know, if we would have done it against, a contender this year, I think we could easily be talking about Justin Fields a lot better. And I hate the Bears fans that are like, where are the Justin Fields haters? Where are the guys that wanted us to move off of him? I'm still here. I'm still going to talk about how if Justin Fields doesn't put together a complete season, we still should probably move off of him this year. Look, one thing I absolutely hate and one thing I've never understood about the NFL, the MLB, the NBA is settling for mediocrity. I'll never understand that. If your quarterback can't go win you a fucking Super Bowl and with a good team put around him, why keep that quarterback? Why keep these guys around? Why keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over? Now, of course, if you're getting deep in the playoffs and you're getting to the Super Bowl and stuff like that, then there's a difference, right? You're just maybe not making smart moves during those games. Maybe it's coaching at that point. Maybe it's, receivers, weapons, whatever. But I'll never understand teams settling for mediocrity. If Justin Fields truly isn't that guy, if we do not think Justin Fields can help us win a Super Bowl, why settle for him when we could go get Caleb Williams? And I also saw some Bears fans talking about like, oh, we should have lost this game, It's the players. The players and the coaches are going to play their hardest and do what they need to do. Eberflus probably hears the noise about him being fired. So what does he want to do? He wants to put out good tape, or at least semi-decent tape, so that maybe he'll have a job still in the NFL somewhere else afterwards. Whether it's, a linebackers coach, a defensive coordinator, a run, just anything. And Luke Getsy's doing the same thing. All these coaches are fighting for spots in the future because they probably all hear the noise on the outside, as well as with Justin Fields and all these other different players. They are still trying because this is their job. This is what they do. This is how they get paid. This is how they put food on the table. You can't just be, do it like Matt. Now, you could do it like Matt and just be like, fuck it, we're starting Peterman from now on. But I don't think that's a real logical choice, and you'll probably get fired immediately afterwards. And, the thing that people need to also remember is we do have the Carolinas pick still, so that does help. That still is the number 1 overall pick currently at the moment. We still have a chance at number 1. We still have a chance at Caleb Williams. Hell, even if it's just 2 top 5 picks, which I know a lot of Bears fans would much more enjoy if it was like 3 and 4 or 2 and 5, because especially if Fields plays nicely, then we don't have to worry about, are we going to still be taking a quarterback? Now, of course, there's plenty of quarterbacks in the draft that are looking nice, especially over the next 2 years. But I don't think the Bears will take QB if it's not Caleb Williams, to be fair. But I could be completely wrong as well. The team looked nice. The team looked like it actually wanted to play there. Even with all the pieces moving around on the offensive line, they still looked relatively good, especially against that front four that is very good on paper. It's very, very good on paper for the Commanders. And one little scenario that kept running through my head was, what if we would have actually gotten a chance to sign De'Aaron Payne, or gotten a chance to trade for Chase Young, or did have a chance to trade for Chase Young, or did trade for him? That would be pretty funny, all things considered. If we would have gotten Payne free agency, and then we would have gotten Young in, the preseason / training camps, that would have been really cool, help bolster that defensive line. But the team looked like it actually wanted to play. The one area that I was super not happy with was, I don't know if Justin Fields just wasn't looking at the other receivers, but they just didn't seem as involved. And the linebackers and the defensive line need to learn how to tackle. There's too many plays that are going for long gains just because they aren't tackling correctly. Those were really my 2 biggest complaints. Look, the season cannot be saved. I know that. I would assume in league history, no team has ever come back from an 0-4 start. No team has ever won any playoff games or made the playoffs with a coach that has, I think he has like less than a 20 win percentage. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we're back. No, we are building, so that is nice. But we have to keep in mind it is two of the worst defenses in the league. It is, just calm your expectations for now. Let's see how the rest of the season plays out. I know I was overreacting a little bit each week, but it was coming off of, loss after loss and worse after worse performance, and it just didn't look like there was any effort. And I will commend a lot of the inexperienced talent coming in, especially on that secondary, coming in and, playing hard, going fast, especially against that. It's a pretty decent receiving core up in Washington. You got Scary Terry, you got Curtis Samuel, you got Jahan Dotson, you got Diami Brown, you got Jamison Crowder. There was one other veteran that I think I'm missing, Byron Pringle. You do have some decent weapons. Now, of course, these guys aren't all fucking number ones, but they're still good weapons. They're still, veterans. The two veterans that you have played well in the past, Jamison Crowder being probably a number 2 on offense and Byron Pringle being a number 3 receiver. So there's not an inexperience, and when we have so many guys inexperienced, Greg Stroman, Terrell Smith, Jalen Jones, even, Tyreek Stevenson because he's a rookie, and Elijah Hicks and so on and so forth. It is nice to see those guys step up and play. Not great, but they did play with heart, and that's all I'm asking for, really, in general. And I think that's what a lot of Bears fans are asking for. Just show up and show like you want to be here. Show up and act like you want to be here is the main thing. One thing I was not liking was the defensive line celebrating after every stuffed run and potential sack. It was getting really annoying. It's like, you guys have I'm pretty sure we're one of the dead last. If not dead last, we're one of the last teams in the league in terms of sacks and probably even pressure, to be fair. It's a good building block, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. They need to get consistency. They need to close out games. Play calling could be better in the third quarter. Stop going so conservative. I would rather see us go down because Justin Fields makes a bad read or a player makes a bad read on a ball or something, or a defensive player just making a really good play on the ball. I would much rather see us lose at our own merits than fucking just go conservative, be like, hey, we're going to take some time off the clock. We're going to, and it's not saying the run game's not good. The run game's fucking fantastic right now with Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. Hopefully they can stay healthy going into this next week. But, man, you can't be so conservative. You have to keep pushing the throttle. We've seen it. You've literally seen that type of stuff happen in a Super Bowl. You literally had it happen to you a week before. You can't get conservative. You can't go to these play calls where it's like, we're going to take the ball out of Justin Fields' hands at this point. You have to continue to push. You have to be like, this is where we are making our stand. This is what we are doing. This is our offense. This is how we're going to run it. Stop going conservative. Please, for the love of God. And the tackling were the two biggest issues last night, in my opinion. And then injuries, of course. At one point, we had to have Kari Blossingame run the football, which I'm not saying he's going to be a bad runner, but, when you have to put your fullback in because your one running back gets hurt on special teams, the other running back gets involved with a concussion play, the other running back tries to make a play on the ball and, hurts his ankle, injury, and then, Braxton Jones is down, Lucas Patrick went down, and then Tevin Jenkins left the game for a little bit, which I don't remember seeing why he left. All these different injuries, it is really sucking right now, but we are seeing who wants to play, who wants to be there, and that's probably the best thing for this team right now. I don't know. I think it was a good game. I don't think this is really us being back. I don't think this is Justin Fields being he's solidified for another season. No, he needs to continue to build. He still needs to make sure he doesn't make those turnovers in the fourth quarter because he is leading that category since, I think, last year, is turnover plays in the fourth quarter, which is insane. But, like I said, I enjoyed watching the game. I stopped tweeting after like the first 2 drives because I was like, I'm just going to sit here and enjoy this. Trust me, I still want to believe in Justin Fields. I hope he's still the guy. I really do. But I am going to keep skepticism available right now until I'm proven otherwise. I'd rather be proven wrong that he is the guy than be proven right. Don't get me wrong. But we'll see. If you guys enjoy this content or any of the content here on my channel, I'd appreciate it if you guys stick around and subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell to be notified anytime I post a video. Leave a comment down below. How's your team doing? What do you think of the Bears? What do you think of the NFL season so far? But with that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.